Well, when it comes to these skill trees, there's a lot of people asking how they should be upgrading these, and a lot of things going around, a lot of different information, so I figured take the time, we'll go over the adventurer side of it today and kind of give you a little bit of a better understanding of how you should be focusing these upgrades. Now, before I show you this picture here, I just want to say this is not a coloring contest. We're not trying to color inside the lines, we're just trying to get the general message out here. So it's not the prettiest looking thing, but it'll get the job done. And I want you to try to think of this whole skill tree as two separate things. Think of it as stats and then skills. Stats would be our things like our attack, our defense, our HP, and even the speed. And then the skills, those are gonna be the ones where we have upgrades to our mounts, to our lightning bolts, to our combos, and all those other fun things. Now, the first thing I want to say is you don't actually need to go and upgrade one of these things to max if it's already unlocking the tier that's above it. Just know that as you get higher up towards the top of these skills, they are going to cost more currency in order to upgrade. So don't beat yourself up if you did like I did and took the general enhancement one all the way up to 4. It wasn't really needed, but I didn't know any better and I ended up doing it. But based by the cost of one of these things to upgrade, it's never a bad idea to go for what's going to be the cheapest and easiest to upgrade. And in a situation where at the beginning there, we do have the attack, the HP, and defense, the attack should be your main priority, the HP the second, and even the defense should be your third. Remember, every time we go and just upgrade one of these things, it is going to give us a plus 1% to our attack and our HP up at the top where you can see your overall level. But eventually, once you get far enough into this, you might want to start working your way to one of these enhancements that's going to benefit your build. So as you can see, I put a bunch of these pentagon colored ones around these things, the reds being the attack, the blue being the defense, and the green being the HP. Those two yellow ones on there, those are going to be speed, and that's also going to be a good one to go after. Now, like that first one there, that general enhancement I took all the way at 4, like I said, you don't need to go and actually take that up to 4, you just need to get it to 1. However, you might want to go and get that firecracker if that's a skill that you want, and do want to reduce the enemy's attack by 60%. But that mount enhancement on the left, you're probably not using any of these mounts, so it wouldn't really make sense to go and take that up to 4. Now, the adventure enhancement, that's one that might not be a bad idea to take to, that the fact that the Dragon Girl skill is in there, I'm a little bit scared on this one because I do have my blessing synergy at level 4, and technically my stats on that is going to give me a 40% boost, where this will give me a 30%. So I think that might actually nerf it. However, if it does go and add on to that, then that might be something I want to try to get. But until I see some official word saying that it is going to be the case, or somebody actually goes and tests this, then I'm going to hold off on that. But just know that that is there if you are using the Dragon Girl. Now, the next skill tier up, we do have the relic enhancement and also the mount enhancement, and this might not be a terrible thing to go for eventually. I don't know if I'm going to rush this right away, but there is some good actual relics we're going to use in there, like I'm using the Spear of Thor, so going and maybe chasing that stat might be good, or even the fact that Toffee is down there in the mount one, I could possibly go and take that up to level 3. But the survival enhancement, not anything I really need to go take past that level 1. And even the next one after that, the adventure enhancement, if that's something where you're using, let's say, Raphael or even Wukong, maybe you might want to chase this, but I don't think I even really need to worry about going and upgrading this side, even given the last one there is going to be a burn. So if you're not using the Star Staff, might not be anything you need to actually worry about. But I do know that burn is becoming a little bit more popular in the PvP, so if that's a situation for you, you might want to go and try to hit that route. So the next tier after that is going to have some burn enhancement and some ice enhancement, not anything that I myself am worried about, but over more towards the right side of it, there actually is some goodies inside there. For you Wukong users out there is a Light Lance enhancement and counterattack enhancement, and just for about everybody else inside the game, there's also a combo one in there too. But the tier after that, right before the final tippy top there, that's the one that I'm focused on, and the fact that we have our lightning abilities in there. There's also the dagger ones too, so if you are using the Whisper or something, that might be the direction you want to go with that. But me using a lot of this Reaper staff, I'm heading straight for that lightning one. Not to mention I will be picking up some of these attacks and HPs along the way, but that's kind of my main goal once I probably get about halfway through this and things start getting a little expensive. But the 3 in line with it, there is a rage enhancement, there is another combo one, and then also a counterattack one too. So a lot of this is going to be knowing kind of where these things are placed on the board and just slowly kind of working your way to it. And of course, that final one at the top, That's going to be a lot of our combo ones in there too, and some sword chi, sky splitter stuff. So as I said, a lot of this is just kind of knowing what's placed on this skill tree and what you should be slowly working your way for. Of course, go for the things that are going to be the easier ones to upgrade. Don't necessarily take everything up to the max if you don't have to, and try to focus on that kind of attack, HP, and then defense. Throw the speed in there wherever you want. There's only 2 of them, and it shouldn't be too hard to get those ones upgraded. But like I said, knowing where these things are, I know I'm going right for that lightning bolt and just probably grabbing a lot of those attack, HP, defense, and speeds along the way. So I will throw this up on the Discord there. Somebody will probably take it down for how messy it is. Even the clarity's not that great on it, but at least give you kind of an idea of where things are sitting, and hopefully you can at least read some of the names on it. If you guys want to know how this whole hard mode thing is working and everything you need to know about it, take a look at this video right here. Thanks for watching, and remember, I pick my butt.